What's up? Peace and love, everybody. How y'all feeling? I'm gonna jump right into it. I had a good talk with a brother downstairs not too long ago from where I am now, where we touched on hip hop and the state of hip hop, in which a lot of us know that we are actually looking at a lot of degeneration in a lot of our art forms slash culture. I've been eating too much sugar. I'm starting to see some breakouts in my face. And my must be affecting. Yeah, I got too much sugar going on in my system. I gotta get that out. Sorry that I touched in on that, but sugar is salt is water soluble. So my people, y'all don't need to get all crazy. Stop running those narratives about black people with diabetes and high blood pressure. Let me tell you something. A lot of things gotta go through that stomach acid before it gets to the blood cells. Yada yada yada. Okay, so the body naturally have uh, a system, of course, in place to filter and also to release what it doesn't need through our nose, through our mouth, which commonly mucus comes out the rear, the tailpipe. You understand? And our when we urinate. Getting back to the fact of the matter, I just happen to have a problem where I just jump in on things and I allow it to come on in, which may be showing me signs of digression. Nevertheless, let's get back to it. We talked about hip hop and the degeneration of it, and I said, yo, it's funny how, and this is, when I talk, I keep it real. I'm bold and I'm plain. It just so happens that when you speak the truth, there's an element out here, like an unseen hand, that manipulates things and make it seem, it changes perception and whatnot. Because I said, yo, it's funny how my European, or our European people happen to be the movers and the shakers of hip hop music, R&B, pop music, when they themselves are not even masters of an instrument or masters of or mastered MC moving the crowd or rap. With all due respect, do you feel me? So what gives them the power up to this day that they can do what they do with the hip hop music, exploit it, sell it, put it on the market, stream it through commerce, international commerce, thus and so, and we don't have, and when I say we, I'm talking about the collective, because we all are tribal family. How come we don't have the masses? How come we don't support Dust from the Hood? We got to do more to support than just buy the album. You got to be much more effective than that. The rappers and the international, look, any hip hop artist that appeals to the masses, that's great. But it's gonna take more than the goddamn beat and just some rhyming bars to keep this thing moving. How it should be. Because I don't know how we went from KRS-One to Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, Cool G Rap, Nas, Jay, Biggie. I don't know how we went from that kind of wonderful music to what we got today. It don't make sense to the point where I think like, yo, and these are brothers that I just named in addition to many others that they got milestones in the game. You understand me? Accolades, awards, brothers who earned their spot. They trailblazers and pioneers of the game. Those should be the ones to call the shots to be like, yo, listen, if this brother and sister is coming into the hip hop game with this kind of energy and this is what they doing, nah, you ain't getting no pass, no fly zone. You ain't coming up in this game like that. But it's not working like that. So what are we continuing to sell out for? I only say we because I'm part of the collective, but I don't move on no. I'm in a situation that I'm in. Everybody got their circumstances and situations, which I know I ain't folded. Y'all know I ain't folded. And I ain't bending on no bullshit, man. But there's a lot that I think about and I get upset. And with this energy, we need to know how to use this energy for progression. Because it's sad that up to this day that when we get like this, you know what's the first thing that comes to people's mind? You know what's the first thing that normally comes to people's mind? Is that we're gonna be belligerent. That's not happening here. Men got a right to get passionate. Don't expect us men to get all, sadly, we are a lot of them are effeminized and soft and cuddly and gullible. Hell no. Not for what we're continuing to face and go through. This is a wicked ordeal. You understand me? Yo, I had to tell, and the brother was like, yo, you right. I'm like, yo, it's crazy. He even said, yo, he don't understand how one of the greatest moguls of hip hop, Russell Simmons, allowed a lot of shit to come through his department. Because he's a big elder in this game, in the game, for it to be at a place where it's at today. It don't make sense. I don't like what's happening with us, y'all. We rock their music in the clubs where we live, throughout our boroughs, city or whatever, from hood to hood, nation, state to state. But what? You mean to tell me if these brothers was to call out for us and be like, yo, look, they coming to a hood near you or coming back to their place of origin, Brooklyn, Brownsville, Bed-Stuy, you feel me? And they want to do a campaign, they want to do a movement, and we don't got their backs on that behalf, but we want to bump their music and try to shake up on women and hustle them, and then next thing you know, we having illegitimate kids. And there's a lot of things to factor in, but I don't think nobody cares about it or even think about it. When it's serious, seeing where we're going, as if we can't see the detriments of this shit already. Yo, I can't stand it. The owners of record labels are not even masters of any instrument. But they control it and dictate the way that hip hop moves and sells and yada yada yada. Does that make any sense? A science teacher have a right to have a master class because he's a scientist. A sociologist can have a social studies class, per se. Let me not get too. I don't want to get out of whack here, but you pretty much catch my drift. You feel me on that? A mathematician got a master math class, or he's the professor. He can own a mathematical company because he mastered that. Do you understand? Do you get me? So pertaining to the hip hop industry and what's happening behind closed doors with these so-called A&Rs and all that, are they on that level of MCs? Is there any kind of, like, what can I say? Real effective partnership as to where they just about as knowledgeable as they are about hip hop and its history and what it's really ought to be used for? Huh? I hate this place, I swear. A lot of my brothers and sisters in the hip hop game, they paid their price to have what they have. They paid the cost to be the boss. Now it's time to take shit to Supreme Court and get our just dues. And not just in hip hop, but all over the world, African people. And many factions and areas of our lives. I'm getting tired of this shit. We want to be out here talking about we making our ancestors proud, and no, we not.
All individuals must maintain control of their personal property,
Out of
including
here.
material baggage, consent baggage,
Anyway,
transport items without the
I just had to come through and drop that real quick. And y'all know there's gonna be more coming out in the near future. And I'm keeping it thorough. You know what I'm saying? I got so much more to do, and so do everyone else. We gotta straighten this up. And we gotta get ready to start making our ways back home too. But we gotta make it. I understand and I get the fact that we have to make a connection, a solid connection, and new foundation with our African brothers and sisters. Stop dealing with people who be talking about they don't see you as African. Yo, shut the hell up with all that. With all due respect, throw that shit in the garbage. Cause where we are right now, we need. Before I look to integrate with my European brothers or whatnot or cousins, come on, man. Come on, man. I gotta integrate with mine first. Take care of home first. That's the story. That's the script, and we ought to stick to it. So all that bullshit niggas be out there talking, they don't consider you black. They don't consider you African. That all that, y'all. Come on. That all that. Cause that's not the kind of talking energy that we need as far as where we need to go and ought to go. For the betterment of the humanity in total. Because once anything that affects Africa affects the world. If you know spiritual science, y'all know what I'm saying. And you dig it. Because you got that sound right reasoning too. And that's all I'm gonna say. So stand by for what else is coming out in the near future, and let's all focus on contributing to the betterment of our home, our tribal bloodline, and that of the world. Peace, love, and light, everybody. Have a good one.